Hello everybody and welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. One square a day for 365 days, plus a few bonus squares here and there as well. Today we are making this Irish Ivy Rose square. You can see these kind of ivy leaves going on in the corners. So pretty, and we've got our rose in the center. This is day 100. If you have been with us from day 1, January the 1st, right up until now, day 100, which is the 10th of April, okay, it might be the 9th or the 11th, depending on whereabouts you are on the time zone, but this is the 10th of April, day 100, and yeah, so we're doing this really pretty square today for the centenary square. It does involve our bullions, which we've been doing a short series of. So if you are not sure about how to do the bullions, then in the description box just below there is a link to my how-to video where I show you several different methods for those bullion stitches, and try and make them not so scary and simplify them a little bit along the way. If you really do struggle with them, then replace them with something like a treble crochet, a taller stitch with a treble crochet. It won't look the same, but it will still look really pretty. So if you really don't want to pass on the square but can't face the bullions, then do treble crochets instead. Yeah, it's a really lovely square to work up. So grab your stuff and let's get started. And a cup of tea might go along as well. So get your stuff and let's get started. Okay, so to start our Irish Ivy Rose tongue twister that it is, we are going to start with a ring. Now it is better if you do a chain 4 and a slip stitch to make your ring, because it's more sturdy for this this pattern. And then once you've got your ring, you're going to do a chain 1 and 7 single crochets. Now I know normally we would ignore the chain and do 8 single crochets or 8 stitches, but we're not going to today. We're going to do 1 chain and 7 single crochets. So pause the video and then come back when you've done those stitches. Okay, so to close this round we are going to slip stitch under the chain. So the chain has 2 bars available, so go under the first one, turn your work, and you will see that second bar there. Just pop that onto your hook so that you are going under those 2 bars of chain, and then slip stitch, slip stitch through there. Okay, and then you are going to, for round 2, chain 3. Okay, so when you've done your chain of 3, we're going to do some bullion stitches now. So I'm going to change to my smaller hook. If you've seen my video on how to do the bullion stitch, there is a link in the description box below. You would have seen this method I showed you there, and I showed you several other methods as well. By the way, if I am going too fast, if you need to slow the video down at all, then either in the top or a bit below there are some options of where you can slow the video right down, and don't forget your pause and rewind buttons as well. So we're going to do a 15 wrap yarn over, 15 wrap bullion. So I'm going to just lay this upside down hook beside my slightly smaller hook, and then I'm going to wrap 15 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 wraps on there. Just pull this down slightly, push those up. Now just keep your finger on those so you don't lose them, and you're going to insert your hook into this, turn it the right way. You're going to go into this very first space, stitch just there. Okay, now can you see that's coming between my 2 hooks there? And then you're going to do a yarn over and pull through. All these loops are still on this upside down hook. Pull that loop up slightly, because this is what all your loops are going to come over onto. So I'm going to slip this hook up here, covering our other hook. Okay, can you see that's covering it there? And then we are going to see this hook here is going into these loops. So you're going to slide nice and slowly and carefully. You're going to slide those loops off of that hook, and then you've got 2 loops left. Drop that one down, pull that one through, and that's your first bullion stitch done. Okay, and then you are going to do a chain 1 to close that stitch, and there's your first bullion made. Now if you have tried and tried and tried and just cannot get to grips with a bullion, or you just don't like it, I know there are some of you out there that I just don't want to do the bullion, which is fair enough. It's your crochet, your work. Then you can replace this with a treble crochet. Okay, you can replace these bullions with treble crochets. Okay, so we've done that chain 1, and we're going to go on to our second bullion. We're going to do it into exactly the same stitch that we did this first one, so into exactly the same stitch. So pop your hook on there, or however you're doing it. 15 wraps, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. I'm going to show you this one more time, and then I'll leave you to get on with the rest. So going to pop them up there, hold on to that, go into exactly the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, pull this strand up a little bit, and then pop this hook, slide it up, might need to wiggle it a bit, slide it up to cover this hook here, and then you are going to slowly and gently slide these loops off of your hook. Let's just twist it a bit there, slide them off and over, drop that one down, and then pull that one off to close. And that is your second bullion stitch. Just pull this yarn down slightly to make it a bit smaller and tighter and neater, and then you want to do a chain 1 to close. Now when you're doing this and you're pulling your yarn up, pulling your yarn down to tighten, just make sure that you are making them all of a similar length. Okay, this one has got a little bit more bunched up, but they will bend over slightly as you go, but don't worry about that. Okay, so there's your first 2 bullion stitches. Now if you need to watch that again, you've got about 4 minutes to rewind. Just go around and do 2 bullion stitches in every stitch around. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then you're going to do your last 2 in this where you did your slip stitch. You're going to do your last 2 in there, so there'll be 2 in every stitch around, and I'll see you back at the end of this round to show you where to fasten off. Okay, so when you have finished your 16 bullion stitches, you should have something a bit like this. Such a pretty centre, or if you've done treble crochets instead, that's perfectly fine. You still have a really pretty centre. So you are going to go into this first chain here, the one that after your bullion, it'll be right next to it there. So if you see this these long strands that you have at the back, this strand here, it will be between that and your actual bullion. So go into there and do a slip stitch, and then you're going to fasten off this colour, if you're changing colour that is, fasten off and get ready for round 3. Fasten that off. Now this is kind of our flower centre, and then we're going to be doing the ivy around the outside, so you might want to fasten off and do a different colour for your ivy. So there we go, there's your bullion centre. Well done if you've got that far. Okay, so you're going to take your colour B and join in any chain 1 space. So as you know, I like to stagger my colours, so I'm going to start around the opposite side and I'm going to join in this space. So remember, it's between the bullion and the strand. Can you see that there? Between the bullion and the strand. So go in there and make your slip stitch with your new colour. So there we go, slip stitch with new colour, and you are going to do a chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't forget, if you went down to a smaller hook for your bullions, then go back to your regular hook now. So chain 7, and then we are going to work our beginning 2 double crochet cluster. Okay, so this might seem a bit strange. We're going to be working into the chain, and we're going to basically be doing 2 double crochets halfway. So you're going to work into your 5th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So into your 5th chain from the hook, you are going to yarn over as for a double crochet, insert into your chain, yarn over, pull through. So you've got as for a double crochet, do your first set of yarn over, pull through 2, leave your 2 loops on your hook, do another yarn over for a double crochet, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and you've got 3 loops left, yarn over and pull through all 3, and this is your beginning double crochet cluster, because we've got our beginning chain here. Okay, so that's our first one. Okay, you're going to skip 2 bullions, so 1, 2, and in the next space here you are going to do a double crochet. Nice and simple, do a double crochet into that space there, and then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to work a 2 double crochet cluster into this double crochet that we just made, so into the top here, which is kind of the equivalent of this chain 3. Remember, chain 3 is often counted as a double crochet, so we're going to do it in the top of this double crochet here instead of the chain 3. So in the top of this double crochet we are going to do a 2 double crochet cluster. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through the first 2, and then start your second double crochet and yarn over, pull through the first 2. You've got 3 loops left, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that's your 2 double crochet cluster. And you're going to be doing some of these around, so just remember how you did that one, and you're going to do this actually all the way around. You are going to do it 7 times. We've done it once already, so I'll show you once more. You're going to do skip 2 bullion stitches, so 1, 2, work into this next space and do a double crochet. Double crochet in there, nice and simple, and then you are going to do a chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's grab some more yarn. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and then you're going to work your 2 double crochet cluster into this top of this double crochet. So that's doing 2. I've gone in there a bit backwards, I think, so we'll start that one again. Let's do, you're doing the first part of the double crochet, and then you're doing the second one part way, and then pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so follow this all the way around. If you need to rewind, probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then follow this all the way around. So miss 2, do a double crochet, chain 4, and then do your 2 double crochet cluster in the top of your double crochet all the way around, and then I'll meet you back here to do our slip stitch at the end. Okay, so to finish this round 3, we are going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of our beginning chain. So 1, 2, 3, it'll be this one here. Okay, somewhere here, 1, 2, 3, and just slip that in there. Okay, so it's where these this cluster was made into. So that is the end of your round 3. It's looking really pretty and cute. So you should have 8 of these leaves around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9. Maybe it is 9. Okay, so yes, I did just confuse myself. I had 9 of these sets of leaves, and I should have only had 8 because what I did, and this is really easy to do, is I did my skip 2 bullions and I went into this space here, forgetting that this one was here already, and I made a 9th one. So if you make that mistake, just undo it and finish with your 8th 8 set of leaves. And then, I know it looks a long way away, but just bring it round and join into this space here where you started that cluster, and do a slip stitch there. And then we are going to go on to round 4. So 8 sets of those clusters for your leaves. Now, it might not lay very flat at the moment, but it will eventually. Okay, we'll sort that out as we go around. So there's your round 3. Time for round 4. Okay, so on to round 4. And we're going to be making our ivy leaf stitch, which will be for our corner. So what you're going to do is chain 6, and this is going to take us over to our next double crochet. So this double crochet here where we did this cluster into. Okay, now into there you are going to do 3 double crochets, double crochet cluster, sorry. So that's 1, 2, so like before, but we're doing 3 this time. Okay, so 3 double crochet cluster. So you just do the do halfway of your double crochet, and then you start your next one, and you will have 4 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 4, and then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to do a treble crochet cluster. That's going to be 3 treble crochets. So yarn over twice, insert into the same stitch, pull through, do your first 2 yarn overs and pull through, leaving a loop, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So each time you're leaving just 1 loop on the hook. Okay, and you're going to do that once more. So do the first pull through and the second pull through, 4 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then you are going to do another chain 4. Let's just sort that yarn out. So another chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to do another 3 double crochet cluster. So as we did here, I'm going to do another one of those, all into the same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3, and then yarn over, pull through all 4, and that's your corner with your ivy stitch. You can see these 3 leaves a bit there. It will form it better as we work our way around. So we are going to do 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the next double crochet here we're going to do, it's a bit distorted, that double crochet, because we did our cluster into there. So into there you're going to do a single crochet. So single crochet in that stitch there we've just done, and then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into this next double crochet here you are going to do another ivy leaf stitch, which is these 3 sort of 3-part leaf here. So you're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster, when you just do the first part of each double crochet until you have 4 loops, pull through, and then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, work your 3 treble crochet cluster into there. So this one we have to yarn over, pull through twice. We're just leaving the very last loop, so do that for a second one, and then do that for a third one. Okay, so you've got 4 loops and pull through, and then chain 4 and do your 3 double crochet cluster again in your same stitch. 1, 2, and 3, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and that excuse me, that is your second ivy leaf stitch. So if you can see, these are kind of forming your corners with your treble crochets, clusters in the very corners, and this will all work out once it kind of, we get some more rounds done. So these will be your corners. This will all stretch out nicely. Okay, so you're going to follow this all the way around, because your next one will be a chain 4 and a single crochet into this double crochet here, and then a chain 4 and an ivy leaf stitch in this corner, and then work it all the way around, and then we're going to join around here. So I'll meet you back around here to join. Okay, so when you've got your 4 corners, let's just pop that colour behind there. When you've got your 4 corners of your ivy leaf, you can see these 3 leaves here. We'll be back to this part here, which is where you did your first chain of 6. Now, as you will have realised, we've only been doing chains of 4 all the way around. So what we're going to do is, so you've got your chain 4 here to join across like so. So what you're going to do is you're only going to go into the second one up, so then you'll have your 4 chains here. So go into your second chain, and of course you're going to do a slip stitch through there, and that closes round 4. Are we on round 4? I lose track when I'm doing it. I just, keep going. Okay, so that was round 4. So we're going to fasten off this colour if you wish to, because that is the end of our leaves. So I purposely wanted to do my leaves in green, and as it's called Irish Ivy, I wanted to do a nice bright Irish green. There we go. So I know this is pulling in a little bit in the centres, but we will start to square it off a bit more now. So grab your colour C, or whatever colour you want to do for some border, and we'll get going on round 5. Okay, so it's time for colour C. So I'm using my lemon yellow, and you want to join in one of these chain 4 spaces to the left of your ivy leaves corner. So I'm going to join in here, and you're going to join with a single crochet, or if you use the method of joining where you tie your yarn on, some people I know you like to just tie your yarn on, you need to do a single crochet. So however you do it, then do a single crochet. So I'm going to join straight away with a single crochet, and if you've not done that before, the way you do it is make a slip knot on your hook as usual, and then put your hook through, pull through your yarn, and then literally it's just to yarn over. So what I like to do is pop that tail over there, just so that's part of the stitch, and then pull through. So that tail is already secured a little bit, not fully secured, but a little bit in there. Okay, so you've got a single crochet there, and then you're going to do 3 more single crochets in this chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will have a total of 4 single crochets there, and then you are going to jump across to the next chain space and do 4 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, and then you are going to jump across to this chain 4 here and 4 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, And then in this to take us around here, you're going to do 2 chains to take us around the corner, and then in this next chain space you're going to do 4 single crochets, and you're going to follow this all the way around, doing 4 single crochets in every chain space around. And at your corner, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to your corner, you're going to do 2 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then chain 2, and then you're going to repeat around, continuing with 4 single crochets in every chain 4 space. Simples. Follow that all the way around, and when you get back round to the beginning, you are going to do a slip stitch into your first single crochet, and that will be the end of round 6. No, round 5. So I will see you at the end of round 5 when you've slip stitched into your first single crochet. Okay, so at the end of round 5, this is what we've got going on. I think it's looking really pretty and really cute. So we have got, we can see it squaring off quite nicely now. It just needs a bit of stretching and some more sturdy stitches to help it along. So we are going to do a round, nice and simple round now. We're going to do a chain 3, which you've probably already guessed is your first double crochet, and then you are going to do a double crochet in every stitch along, remembering you've got 4, 4, 4, and then chain 2. So you should be able to keep count of those. You've got 4, 8, 12, and then here 16. So you've got 16 along each side, plus then your chain 2, so 16 along each side, and then in your corner you are going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, so essentially, yeah, you have 16 and then your 2, chain 2, 2. So double crochets all the way around, guys, and I will see you back around here. Okay, so when you've finished your last double crochet, do a slip stitch into your 3rd top chain that you started with, and then if you want to change colour for your final round, for your border, then fasten off. And it is suggested that we go back to colour B. Colour B, excuse me there, colour B is the colour of your leaves, or if you wanted to, you could bring in this colour again, or a totally different colour, so up to you. Or you might want to just continue in this colour here. So if you are changing colour, grab that colour now, and then we will join that in just a second. Okay, so I am using my colour B for my border, so just join your colour into any stitch at all. It doesn't matter, just into any double crochet stitch is fine, and join it with a single crochet, or if you're doing your knot method, join it with your knot or slip stitch and then do a single crochet, and that is fine. So you're going to do single crochets in every stitch around until you get to your corners, but if your square still has quite a way to go, if it's still not the size, if you think, oh, actually I need probably nearly another inch on here, then you could choose to do another round of double crochets, and that would be absolutely fine. Or you could choose to do half double crochets, whatever. But if your square is nearly at size, then a single crochet round would be quite enough. So it's a single crochet or whatever stitch you're doing all the way along. And then when you get to your corners, if you're doing single crochet, it would be 3 single crochet, or you could do 3 half double crochet or 3 double crochet, just an odd number in there to make your corner. So you've yeah, so 1 stitch in every stitch along and 3 in your corners, and that is your final round. Or you could, if you wanted to change it a little bit to suit your needs, you could do a single crochet round in this colour, or you could have continued in your yellow or whatever colour you had there, and then do another single crochet round in a different colour, and that would look really pretty too. So whatever you feel you need to finish your square off to the size that you are making, as always with DK worsted number 8 yarn, it is always we suggest a 4.5mm hook, and that should, with an average tension, bring your square up to about 6 inches. Okay, but some of you have been making smaller squares, bigger squares, as long as it remains consistent and works for you, for your project, that's all that counts. It's your project, however you like it to be. So follow this around, and I will meet you back when I've finished this very last border. Okay, when you've finished your round, just do a slip stitch into the top of whatever stitch you've done, or if you've done double crochets, you will probably have your chain 3 there, so do a slip stitch and fasten off. If you've finished, if your square is up to size, fasten off, and then it will be time to sew in your ends. If you've stitched over some of those, you won't have quite so much to sew in. There we go, that is your 100th square, your Irish Ivy Rose, that tongue twister, Irish Ivy Rose. There we go, really pretty and cute. I love these ivy leaves in the corners, I think they look really pretty and quite clever. So there we go, try and hide these yarns so you can see it a bit better. Let me just tuck these all under, see a bit better. There we go, there we go. So well done, your 100th square. If you've been crocheting a square with us every day, or you've caught up, day 100, well done guys. And if you found this useful and helpful, as always, give us a thumbs up, like this video. It will help more people to see it, the more likes we get. And if you haven't already joined our group, then the links and everything are in the box below. Until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.